Welcome to Wednesday show, and thank you for being here. Weather-wise, the view over my shoulder right now depicts just a bit of a break in the action, and it's just that, just a break. We're going to get back to some more precipitation sooner than later. Some showers, some snow. We'll give you the forecast. I've got an update for you in just a few minutes. I can already tell you that I'm leaning towards under an inch for us tomorrow. You can look, if you look hard enough, and maybe find some predictions and some models that are leaning a little heavier, but as of right now, we'll stick with just a trace to less than an inch, and maybe even much less. But an updated forecast is still in store for you. We do have a little sunshine in there. We also have a few more systems during the 7 day that will give us some action as well. A couple of updates for you tonight. One on a man of authority, first off, arrested for violating that trust. Official misconduct charges for an area jailer, a man from Johnson County who has a previous record of bank robbery, who had not been out of prison for those crimes very long, has now pleaded guilty to another and is set to be sentenced, and give or take 10 days. Some a little less, some a little more, some right at 10 games, rather, not days, left in the regular season basketball schedule, as high school basketball is heating up, as is district play. So we'll take a look and see where everyone is and where they're going, as well as some other news and information when I return in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you all the ways you could ever need to tell your heart of hearts Happy Valentine's Day at the seasonal shop, with candies that are more than just sweet, and pins and necklaces, earrings and bracelets to go with all of these lovely designs in pinks and reds, and absolutely something for him too, something super cool from Ridge and Holler, for example. There's a perfect brewmate for whatever beverage you're enjoying at work or play, and more, and only at the seasonal shop in downtown Sayersville. Happy Valentine's Day. It's Dipper Day tomorrow at your Sayersville Lee's Famous Recipe. Yes, you can get our famous all-white big chunks of crispy chicken any day of the week as a snack, a meal, or as a party box. But on Thursday, Dipper Day, you get the meal that's dippers with 2 homemade sides and a biscuit for just $6.79. Only at your Sayersville Lee's, also famous for our ice. The reassurance of getting your medications and over-the-counter needs at Sayersville's oldest and most trusted pharmacy, the convenience of curbside pickup and call-ahead service, and the fact that you can walk in, order to go, or sit down and get gourmet quality hot fudge brownies, nachos, shakes, coffees, hot dogs with homemade sauce, desserts, and more, makes it more than your hometown Good Neighbor Pharmacy. It's a destination in downtown Sayersville, Frazier's Prater Drugstore. It doesn't get any sweeter than that.
I'm Bill Tinker. I've spent the past 19 years defending insurance companies in car crashes, truck crashes, and slip and falls. Are you involved in a case like that? Is the insurance company giving you the runaround about your medical bills, your benefits, or your lost wages? Contact me at McFarland Tinker Law Office. With our combined experience of over 58 years, we're here ready to work for you.
Banking from home or on the go has never been easier and will forever be an important and necessary part of life. And Sayersville National has been and will always be at the forefront of meeting and exceeding your financial needs and giving you the safest and most worry-free online and mobile banking so you can worry about the important things, like what's for dinner. They're there when you need them at the main and branch locations of the Sayersville National Bank. In our first update this evening, a body found yesterday, as I told you, on Bloomington here in MAGOFFIN County. Authorities receiving the call from someone who had discovered the man lying in the roadway just after 4 o'clock or so. As of airtime last evening, I had very few details. I was only able to speak with MAGOFFIN County Sheriff Bill Meade via telephone conversation briefly before sitting behind the desk. I did speak with the sheriff earlier today in person. He, however, was not able to provide a whole lot of other information, but this is what we know at this hour.
MAGOFFIN 911 received a call at about 10 minutes after 4 of an individual lying in the roadway unresponsive. The MAGOFFIN County Rescue Squad, EMS, the Sheriff's Department responded to the call, and later the Kentucky State Police was called and was requested to conduct an investigation into the death of a white male. The Kentucky State Police is still conducting that investigation. The Sheriff's Office is assisting in the matter. And at this point, there's really not a lot of information to share right now. As I said, it's an ongoing investigation, and Detective Tackett with Kentucky State Police is the investigating officer.
Kentucky State Police yet to send out any official press release with any confirmed details at this hour, but I can tell you that the family has identified the man whose body was found, believed to have been walking in this area of Bloomington yesterday, as I understand, just about a half mile from the intersection of Bloomington and 460, just at the crest of this embankment here is where the body of Marcus Anthony Castle was found in the roadway, and where EMS and law enforcement responded, and where he was ultimately pronounced dead by the MAGOFFIN County Coroner's Office. Autopsy results are pending, as his body was sent to the State Medical Examiner's Office for an autopsy. The Salyersville Funeral Home will be in charge of arrangements for Mr. Castle, and I'll have what information they have made available in just a moment. In another update tonight, a Johnson County man who spent a number of years in federal prison for bank robbery, believed to have committed more than just the two that he served time for, was out only a couple of years before now officially pleading guilty in federal court to another such crime in Floyd County. Having initially reported on the robbery itself and his subsequent indictment, now 62-year-old Jeffrey Mullins of Hager Hill has pled guilty in the past few days to bank robbery after he, back in August of 2021, entered the Community Trust Bank in Allen. He came into that branch of the bank, brandished a handgun. He also handed the teller a note before escaping with about $16,000 in cash. You may recall that it was very soon thereafter that authorities in Prestonsburg and Floyd County were able to come across a number of items of surveillance footage from different areas that actually showed him coming not just into the bank, but as well being in his red minivan that he had just bought days prior to the robbery, before he came into the bank with a mask and gloves, handing the teller that note. The before-mentioned robberies on his record consist of robberies, bank robberies, mind you, in West Virginia back in the 90s, of which he was sentenced in 1992 and then not released until 2020. He is believed to have robbed a number of banks in Kentucky as well back in the 1990s. In another Floyd County-related report, this comes as a Floyd County deputy jailer was arrested himself after violently attacking or beating an inmate physically and with a weapon, coming to the attention of Floyd County jailer Steve Little. 44-year-old Aaron Rounds of Garrett actually found himself in the Pike County Detention Center yesterday morning because of his connection to the Floyd County Detention Center, where he was actually an employee through the jailer's department, and it was there that he allegedly assaulted on the 13th day of this month an inmate using his fists and a weapon multiple times. This report making its way to the jailer, who then began the investigation and then handed it over to the Floyd County Commonwealth Attorney's Office as well as Prestonsburg Police, who subsequently conducted that investigation until taking him into custody and charging him thus far with first-degree official misconduct and assault in the 4th degree. More on your Hornets and the weather forecast, and maybe some more to squeeze in before I leave you right now. Happy to say happy birthday, as we often love to do on tonight's MAGOFFIN Farm Bureau community calendar. That's right, birthday wishes, and if you want a birthday wish put on the show, just wait a minute and I'll tell you exactly how to get it here. Tyler Ray Blanton, happy birthday today on January the 25th to Tyler Ray. Love Joe and Tara. Happy birthday, Tyler Ray Blanton. Happy birthday to you. A Another announcement from our Water into Wine friends. February, it's almost here. In fact, the first day of the month is next week, and that's their first regular commodity day of the month. Regular commodity days for the month of February, the 1st and the 15th, 9 to 11. Their senior commodity day for February will be Thursday the 16th. And they ask you can get your box before 10 because the waiting list will start to be served at that time. McGoffin County Special Olympics wants you, any Special Olympics student athlete 8 years of age or older. Call Paul Montgomery, 424-6302, or contact Keisha Sowers. And any adults who would like to be a part of this program, well, call them as well. And call me or any other method you can so choose from to get me those calendar announcements, birthdays, and anniversaries. And remember, birthdays, birth announcements, wedding announcements, anniversaries, all published for free in the Sagersville Independent, but send those to Heather at SagersvilleIndependent.com. Nightly obituary is brought to you by Mintha Shepherd Smith Prater, 89 of Blue River, who passed away Saturday, survived by her daughters Helen Smith, Ellen Trimble, Elma Jean Smith Stevens Johnson, Patricia Henson, and Crystal Berger, brothers Owen Jack, Roger Lee, and Edgar Ed Shepherd, sisters Ruby Jean Bradley and Elma K. Shepherd, 13 grandkids and 14 great-grandkids. She was preceded in death by her husbands Wendell Smith and Harmon Prater. Services start tomorrow morning at 11 from the Mountain of Hope Baptist Church. Sharon Jean Saylor Fate of Sagersville, 69 years of age, passed away Monday of this week at Sagersville Nursing and Rehab, survived by a son, David Ray, a daughter, Tammy Crosswhite, sister, Phyllis Thomas, 6 grandkids, and 5 great-grandkids. In addition to her parents, she's preceded in death by a daughter, Christina Ray, and brothers, Albert, Jack, and Delbert Saylor. A memorial service will be announced at a later time in her honor. Brandon Miller, 29 of Sagersville, passed away Tuesday in Louisville. Arrangements still incomplete at this hour. And as I referred to earlier, arrangements are pending, but to be announced under the care of the Sagersville Funeral Home for Marcus Anthony Castle of Sagersville, who passed away yesterday. Those arrangements, again, to be made soon and to be announced through the Sagersville Funeral Home.
At Golden Law Office, our attorneys previously represented the nation's largest insurance and trucking companies, handling cases involving serious personal injury and death. We know their strategies, how they will defend the case, and what factors drive large settlements. The attorneys at Golden Law Office can use this inside knowledge to ensure your case is handled effectively and aggressively. Hiring Golden Law Office provides you with a strategic advantage. Call Golden Law Office today.
Ratliff & Ratliff Family Dentistry, locally and family-owned since 1969, is now proudly providing treatment for headaches, jaw and muscle pain. They offer trigger point therapy along with Botox to effectively treat and reduce symptoms of TMJ pain. And Dr. Beth Ann, member of the American Academy of Facial Aesthetics, also offers Botox therapy and dermal fillers for all of your cosmetic needs. Call 349-2812 to schedule an appointment and allow their highly trained and friendly staff to take care of all your dental and cosmetic needs. There where every day starts, it's made and it ends. From hitting the floor to hitting the road and back, your feet carry the day's duties. And if you're hurting from what might be a work or sports or stress-related fracture you don't even know about, diabetic, or that all too often heel pain that just won't go away, or any type of pain or discomfort or in need of wound care, come to where they care.
Put your best foot forward and come visit our podiatry team. We care about our patients and their feet.
That's Dr. Cheney and her team at Hope Family Podiatry Center next to Hope Family Pediatrics on the Mountain Parkway.
Bring your own device to Appalachian Wireless and get up to $300 in bill credits. If you're looking to switch to the Big Blue Appalachian Wireless Network, there's no better time than right now. Up to $300 in bill credits are possible if you own your own device. Go into an Appalachian Wireless retail location or visit us on the web to learn more and to see the new phones and plans available at Appalachian Wireless. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless. Restrictions apply. Full terms on AppalachianWireless.com/BYOD.
Someone dies in the U.S. every 7 minutes from an overdose, and over half of the population gets or takes pills from a friend or relative. and about 46 million and counting are exposed to narcotics in their drinking water. So don't toss them, flush them, or leave them lying around. Safely dispose of your unneeded meds anytime at Parkway Pharmacy.
Where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
Like I prefaced the show with 10 games, give or take, for most all high school basketball teams in Kentucky. That certainly proves true for the boys. Our Hornets, I think they've got maybe 11 left on the regular season schedule. They've been on the road, and they've had a hard time on the road as of late in the past few days at Letcher County Central and at Martin County night before last. Yeah, a loss this past Friday night at Letcher Central, 75-83, and then night before last, the road game, the biggest district matchup, as we spoke to Coach Castle just as they were getting ready to board the bus a short time before, at Martin County, was a loss for the boys, 50-72, and they're still on the road. They're on the road tomorrow night at Eastridge, Saturday, I guess it is, at Belfry. It is not until next Tuesday that they'll be home. That will be another district matchup when they're hosting the Tigers of Paintsville. The boys, as you saw right now, 10-9, so over the halfway mark. Lady Hornets, this goes back to last night, a road game for the girls, and a close one, but a loss for the ladies. 45-48, their final score over Belfry. A lot closer than the first time they took on Belfry this season. Nevertheless, they're hosting Martin County this Friday night. Coach McKenzie and the Eagles, 61-87, final score last night at Boyd County. That puts the Golden Eagles at 10-11. They're 1-2 in their district. That also puts them at Pikeville this coming Monday before returning home on February the 2nd. The Golden Eagles, again, 10-11 right now in the season and 1-2 in the district. As for the ladies from Johnson County, their last game back on Friday night. They've been off a few days. 38-61 was the final score. That will put them hosting Martin County tonight. That's right. District matchup tonight at the home of the Lady Eagles. They've got 8 games left on their regular season schedule, looks like. And they are still rolling, even though that loss against Russell was an L. It was their first one in 8 games, and they're 16-4 right now, and they're unbeaten 3-0 in district play so far, and that's, of course, about halfway through, getting close to. As for Paintsville Tiger basketball action, they've got 2 losses in a row here. The 19th to Central across town, and then last night a road loss 60-74, and they are 8-11 right now for Coach Sloan and his Paintsville Tigers, hosting Lewis County this Saturday at 3. They're also 0-4. In 57th District action. Coach Les Trimble and his Lady Tigers, a 58-51 win last night over Prestonsburg. 2 wins in a row. That makes them an 11-5 on the season and a 3-3 district run thus far. They're hosting Valley tonight at 7:30. The last viewing area team will focus on are the Bulldogs and Coach Thompson. An L last night on the road at Russell, 60-73, but the boys from Lawrence County are still rolling on a 13-9 season, and in their district, 58th, they are 3-1, and at Prestonsburg this Friday night. Girls from Lawrence County, they've got 3 wins in a row right now, and they have got a somewhat respectable season running right now. Yeah, girls from Lawrence County sitting at 15-4. Lady Bulldogs are rolling 3-0 in the 58th district. They will be at Floyd Central tonight, and of course tip-off set for the customary 7:30. And I am running out of time. Fortunately, nothing to show you on the radar right now. Nothing. We've got cloudy skies, obviously, partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies, but nothing on the radar as of yet. We do have some precipitation headed this way. The next round will not be until 4 or 5 in the a.m., so mostly cloudy skies. It's been a breezy one out there today. Been a bad day to get your hair done. 14 to 33 mile per hour winds. We're continuing to see those still at this hour up to 20 and 25 miles per hour, gusting at times. 33 degrees tonight. Like I said, no precipitation right now. After 4 or 5 in the a.m., you could see a few flakes fly in the morning. Could there be a delay or 2 or a snow day tomorrow? It's possible for some. Right now, not in your forecast, and I'll leave it at that, but possible for some. We have new snow accumulations of less than a half inch tomorrow, and that could start early enough to see a few flakes. We'll just have to wait and see. 33 degrees tonight. Could be a few slick spots in the morning. Bridges could be slicker and hazardous. We saw some sleet this morning, so keep in mind, not a big snowmaker, but enough to maybe cause some problems, and maybe a few delays tomorrow when we expect to see only 35 degrees for your daytime high. Wind still up to 20-24 miles per hour. We see then after the flakes possibly maybe showers to the tune of about a 50% chance, and then maybe some flakes tomorrow night. Winds still howling up to 20-25 miles per hour, so a somewhat blustery, cloudy, rainy, and possibly snowy day throughout your Thursday. Friday, not so much. Still windy, but partly sunny, 41 degrees, breezy still, but clear and dry. 34 for Friday night lows. For the first half of your weekend, pretty nice. Saturday, mostly sunny and 51. Latter half of the weekend, showers likely, mainly between 9 and noon. An early hit, 46 degrees, and breezy again for your Sunday. We'll see a bit of a break in the action, and then shower chances start to ramp back up as we get on into next week. Monday, 48 and a 30% chance. Tuesdays, 45 and 60%. Wednesday, 47 and a continued 60% chance of showers. It's active, to say the least. Tomorrow, whether or not you'll see enough snow to get a sleep in or not, I'm not going out on that limb, but it is something you will certainly want to keep your eye on without a doubt. And that's going to do it for this evening, this Wednesday evening, which is also press day, which is followed by publication day tomorrow for the Sagersville Independent. Heather hard at work right now putting the finishing touches on some very important news and information, as well as a whole lot happening in sports and a Throwback Thursday page that's always worth the price of admission in and of itself, brought to you by Grover Arnott, and so much more. All of us see and read, so get one, and I'll see you back here tomorrow night.